Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got a 2015 Ford F350 with a 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel, and going to do a quick video on how to install the GDP switch on the fly switch. Okay, so really quick, I'll show you what we got here. So this is the GDP switch on the fly, GDP 10025. You can see it's for the 08 to the 2019 Fords, and then also for the 2010 to 2019 Dodge Cummins as well. So if we open it up here, you can see you got your switch, and then we got 3 wires, and then you can see you got 5 different settings on here. They give you these little wire taps you can tap into, and then to get your knob off, the little Allen key, plus the little sticker you use, and then it looks like a personal sticker as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so go ahead and open your truck here, and I'm thinking the best spot that I'm going to install it is going to be right here. That way you have easy access to it right there. So I will have to drill a hole through this. But first I'm going to go ahead and remove this part of the panel. That way we can see what's up behind here. And then don't pay attention to that. That's the SCT tuner that I just put in this. Still got to route some wires on that. But let's go ahead and get this panel off here. So what you want to do is this just pretty much snaps on there. So if you kind of pull down here, you can see it just kind of pops off there. And you can see you just got all these little clips here that hold it on. Next, you can grab a 7mm to remove that. And then same thing on the other side here. And then right up top here, you got a same thing, 7mm there, and then also there. So let's remove those. All right, guys, so with those screws out, I'm not gonna completely remove it because this there's this little like fabric piece that connects to the steering wheel, and then we got to remove that as well, this part here. But I think so if we just, I think you can just pull on this and it should come out. Yeah, so just like that. That should give us enough room. And you can see there's nothing back there, and I think it's gonna work. Okay, guys, so I got to thinking here, and you can see back in there, it's almost like a honeycomb-ish with the plastic, and I don't think that's gonna work too well because it sticks out too much. I was hoping it would just be a flat piece of plastic there. And for this to go through that, just all those honeycomb pieces will get in the way. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put the screws back in on that, and I'm wondering if we do it on this piece here, because if you look, you can see we got a couple flat areas right here, or even on this side. So I think that's going to work better because that's just not going to hook up, go through that plastic where that honeycomb area is. So I'll go ahead and get this back together here. That just snaps into place, and then I'll get my screws in and come back here. All right, guys, so I got that all back on here. Just wanted to see. So I'm thinking right in here is going to be the best option because this is flat, this plastic back behind here, unlike this area right here. So let me go ahead and pop this back off, and then we can start drilling. All right, guys, so like I said, so I'm thinking the best spot is going to be right here. Okay, guys, so they don't give you on the instructions what bit size to use in order for this to pop through there. So I'm just going to start out small, and then I'll keep going up until I can get all those threads through there. And then we can back this nut off and then stick it through there. So like I said, I'm just going to go on the center right here. I think this is going to be the best spot. I could probably do one of these other ones, but I think this is going to be safe right here. So I'll just kind of center it, and then Just keep moving up in the bit size. So kind of like that, and you can see it's going to be right there. So this will go around it. So pretty much be, so this will go around it and pretty much be right there like that. Okay guys, so I got my hole all drilled out there, and it ended up being a 3/8 drill bit is what you need in order to get this switch through. So then grab your switch, and we need to get this knob off. So you got this little Allen key that they gave you with it. Just go ahead and unscrew that a little bit. This slides right off. Then go ahead and undo this nut here. And then pull this washer off. And then you want to make sure that little silver piece stays in there, that little ring, and it's in the 5 slot on there. So that way it gives you 4 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and it stops. So make sure that doesn't pop out. Go ahead and stick this through. You can see why we had to pick a flat spot, because they don't give you many threads on this. And if we would have went in the honeycomb area, we wouldn't have enough threads to stick it on there. So they give you this little sticker as well. I just poked a hole in this for now. I'll line it up later on. Just want to show you guys how to install this, because then I'll unpeel it once I get this lined perfectly. So probably about right there, because I'm all the way to the left. But the switch, so that silver dial, so actually I would need to bring this around. So kind of like that, because the screw is opposite of the silver dial there, so it'd have to be probably like that if I'm all the way to the left. So anyway, I'll deal with that later. So we'll stick this here and grab this nut, stick this on here. Try to get that started. Like I said, it just doesn't give you enough threads. Okay guys, so I figured out why it's not going all the way through. So there's this little notch that's stopping it right here. So I think we need to drill a hole for that as well. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll stick this through. So I know this flat part needs to be right here for the number 1 to match up there. So I think if I put it in there kind of like this, I should be good. So what I'm gonna do is put a dab of paint on this, and then I'll stick this through. So once I stick that through, that dab of paint should dot where I need to drill the little hole for this little tab here. So let me go ahead and try that. So if I just put a dab of paint right here, with that still being wet, stick this through again with this flat part pointing down right here. So I think about right there, I should be good. So stick that through, pull that out, and there you can see there's our little hole, that yellow dot. So I'll go ahead and drill that out real quick. And that, I'll have to start out really small as well, and I'll move up from there. Okay guys, so I was able to get that drilled out as well, and that's gonna be a 1/8 drill bit is what you wanna use. And then you can take this, and now it should, there he goes. So it pretty much pops all the way through, and you can see back here, that's through. So that's what you need to do. Not sure why they don't give better instructions on that, but oh well, we got it figured out. So you can see that the this washer popped out of here again, so put this on the 5 position. Make sure that tab goes down in there. And then let's go ahead and stick this through here. Still kind of a tight fit. I probably could have used a little bit one size up drill bit, but there it goes. So that's through, and again, I'll just stick this here for now, and I'll stick it later. Just get this on here. Once you get that on there, just tighten that up. You can use a little crescent here. So kind of like that. And then, of course that's peeling off, but so it'll be like that. And then you can take your knob here, which will go right here. Stick that there. Tighten this up. And now you should be able to, I'll be able to stick the sticker there, but you got first all the way to the left there, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just have to adjust your sticker some. Okay guys, so I went to install it and I didn't even think about it, but it was hitting right here on this plastic piece, so I guess I should have came in right here and I would have been okay. But what I ended up doing was I took the largest bit I had and I just reamed out this little hole here, so that way this piece here can fit through that hole with no problems there. So like I said, just take the largest bit you got. There's nothing, just make sure you don't go too deep, but there's nothing behind here, so you can ream that out just enough to get the back part of that switch through there if you go this route. Or you can go, you know, in more and you may not run into that problem because it'd be sitting right here. So now we'll go ahead and run our wires. So you can just run this through here for now. Come out the bottom here. And then get your panel back in place here. So kind of like that. So then go ahead and pop your hood here. So with your hood pop, we need to access the firewall, and it's way down there. There's a rubber plug we need to pull, and then we can feed our wires through, and then we'll go over here by the fuel filter, and we need to unplug this, and that's where we're gonna tap our wires into. So let's go ahead and get our wires fed through first. So if you take a look underneath the dash here, you'll see we got this rubber plug here for the firewall. You can see all these other wires going through it. So should be able to see if you can just push on this rubber plug and it should pop through. You can see you just kind of push it through. Now we got access, and I'll probably have to cut maybe with a knife, just a little slit here, and then we can feed our wires through. Okay, so I think what I'll do is, if you can grab this and just pull this through to the inside here, it's kind of like that. And I think what I'll do is grab a pocket knife and I'm going to stab through this rubber right here. You
see there's kind of a opening right here. So if I stab through that, then I can get my wires fed through it. Just be careful when you guys do this, you don't cut through any wires. But so I think I need to cut this hole a little bigger here. There we go. Pull that through. And looks like my camera moved. So now we got it through that plug, so I can go ahead and feed that through. And we can grab it from under the hood there. So if I feed this back through, let's go see if we can see it somewhere under the hood now. Okay, so you can kind of see the wire there. So just grab it here, and let's go ahead and pull this up as much as we can. Okay guys, so I think what I'll do is I'll route the wires now. So I'm just gonna kind of go on the back side of this box here, bring it down. I'll probably zip tie it here to the hood latch, and then I'll bring it down and around underneath the positive battery wire here. Go underneath that. So kind of something like that. And then I can I'll probably zip tie it right up to along these here, and then to our switch right there. So probably something like that. So let me get some zip ties. I'll just put them on there lightly so we can still pull some of this slack into underneath the dash there. Okay, so you can see I just got it kind of zip tied lightly here, and then I ran it along here into this channel where the positive battery cable is, and then right to the switch here, so we'll have to pull some slack. But let's go ahead and get it wired up to this first real quick. So right here by your oil cap and your fuel filter, you have this sensor right here. So we need to unplug that. That's what we're gonna tap into. So pull up on that yellow tab there, and then you should be able to squeeze this and pull that off of there like that. And then we need to peel back some of this heat wrap here. So take a razor blade and let's carefully cut some of this heat wrap from the wires here. Just kind of slice it a little bit here. And let's see if that's enough. All right, so once you get your heat wrap all out of there and your wires exposed here, what I did was I just took a pick, because all these wires will be stuck together. So I just took a pick and I started from here and I just moved it, and that separated all these wires because these wires will be stuck together. You can see this one still kind of is right here. Just don't want to damage the wires. So kind of like that. So since this is kind of universal for the 6.7 and also the Cummins, on the 6.7 we'll only be using the purple and black wire. We won't be using this red wire. And so just to give me a little more room here, I'm gonna disconnect this little clip right here. Get this out of here. That gives me a little more room here to bring it up to where we can work on it.
Okay, so in the kit they give you these little like splicers, and what you do is we'll have to cut some of the slack off the switch wire, but that'll go, it just pushes in here like this, and then you just actually like that, and then you push down on it and it splices it for you, and then the other end will go on the that little wiring harness we disconnected. So that'll just go in there like that, and then you push down and it splices it for you. So pretty easy to do. So let's go ahead and cut some of this slack off here. So like I said, this is going to go in like this, so probably don't really need much. So I'm thinking probably about right here. I'll go ahead and cut these two. And then like I said, we won't be using the red. So you can just cut that off unless you got a Dodge. Okay, so go ahead and separate your two wires here. What you'll do is you want to stick it through. You can see there's that round part right there. Stick it through there and then kind of push down. And you'll probably have to use some pliers, and that'll break through the insulation once we clip this down. Just squeeze until you hear it click. You can see it's latched on both sides, so that pierced through the insulation, so that one should be good. Let's do the purple wire here. So same thing, just stick this through. And go ahead and squeeze that. You can see that's good. And actually that just clipped on me, didn't it? So you can open that back up. Now we can go ahead and put it on that little wiring harness that we pulled off there. So according to the instructions, the purple wire needs to go to the solid green one, and then the black is going to go to the green and white striped wire. So let's go ahead and got the black one. Actually, I'll do the purple first. So you just open this up, and then try to get that inside here. And we need to spread it here a little more. So get that kind of lined up in there. Make sure it's centered and everything in there. And then you can go ahead and push down on this. And you need to get your pliers. Until that snaps into place like that. So you can see our purple is on the solid green. So now we need to do the green and white, which will be our black wire. So kind of separate that a little bit there. And let's bring this around. Kind of a pain to deal with here. Should have put a little more slack on this. So actually, let me cut this back just a little bit more here, and then we'll get that spliced in there. Okay, so I just cut that back just a little more, and then we should be able to get this up in here. So get that kind of lined up there. Make sure you're centered. And grab your pliers. And make sure that clicks in. And we should be good. And then you'll just leave this unplugged. I'm gonna get some electrical tape, cover that up. Also get someone cover this connector here up, and probably wrap some of this as well. And then I'll pull this slack out of here.
Okay guys, so as you can see, got that all wrapped up. I'll probably zip tie it here and then also wrapped up that sensor there. So we should be good. Okay guys, so you can see I got that all zip tied, just kind of out of the way. You don't want that to get hot anywhere. So let me go ahead and pull this slack now. Get all this out of here to where it's kind of just sitting pretty much like that, just away from everything. It's kind of like that. And then I'll go ahead and pull the rest of this slack from inside the cab there. Just pull the rest of this. And we can zip tie the rest up under the dash here. All right guys, so as you can see, just took a zip tie, whatever was left on that, just kind of zip tied it up to this wire here. So now we got nothing hanging, so we should be good. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and I'll have to download the, you can see right there, 15 to 16 shift on the fly tune. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we should be good. Okay guys, so I'll go ahead and let that SCT tuner download the switch on the fly tune and all that. So hopefully this video helps you out. Again, this was a 2015 Ford F350 with a 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel. Went ahead and installed the GDP rotary switch on the fly. So the instructions they give you are not that great. So like I said, hopefully this helps you out. And if it does, why don't you subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.